was about 6 years ago that we started thinking about CCTV In Focus. We'd been making test targets for another company for a number of years. And the targets were not really selling that well in the UK, although we were selling quite a lot abroad. So we decided to undertake some research, and we decided that the best way to do that would be to get a whole range of installers to come in and quote for CCTV. And they came on site and they all quoted us for what was really a very simple installation. But the price range was fantastic, and the quality of what they actually produced, it was just appalling. None of it fitted to the British standards or the European standards. And from that we began to think seriously about whether there was a way we could improve that. And from that we went out and we did some more research by a colleague of mine, Andy Hayes, coming on board, who knew people who've got CCTV installations. And we actually found on quite secure sites in some cases, doors that were not covered, cameras that looked at the sky, other cameras that looked at the floor. It was really quite poor.
Yes, I've been down to a docks down in the West Country, and we actually found a camera that wasn't working correctly. And when we went up to look at it, we found that the conduit box was absolutely full of water, and the poor engineer who opened it got a drowning. And that was purely where the rubber grommets hadn't actually been put in correct place. Now, considering it was a port and it was actually on the sea, you would think that these simple things could be done. Another case scenario was someone wanted to catch a car number plates as vehicles were coming into their compound, and the cars were going far too fast, so they couldn't actually catch any of the number plate detail. So the simple solution was, well, just put a speed bump in so it would slow people down, and hence they would now be able to catch the vehicle number plates. This very simple solution actually saved the client about £4,000.
Recently, in last winter, in fact, we did an installation in a car park. It was a park and ride installation, quite an isolated site. And they'd placed a camera to view traffic coming in and out of the car park, and they placed another camera to overview the disabled parking area. On the monitor, the installation looked fine and was indeed signed off as fine. But through our procedures, we identified quite quickly, and it really wasn't rocket science, that they put the cameras looking straight through some small trees. And this being winter, there were no leaves on the trees, but of course come spring there would certainly be leaves on those trees, and trees have a tendency to grow. And as a consequence, all you would actually be doing was bird watching with those two cameras. And why do you want to pay for that? But this is a common mistake, and we've seen this time and time again, where people do not plan the installation correctly. They do not look forward to events that may occur within the view of the camera. We like to get involved with clients at the very early stages when they're starting to think about a new CCTV system, or indeed replace an existing older CCTV system. By getting in at the front end and doing the operational requirement correctly, we can often save clients an awful lot of money. And because we can then do commissioning and auditing and audit the system before a new one's installed, even if we're replacing an existing system, you can sometimes find the old equipment can still be used because there's nothing wrong with it in many cases.